Hello, this is Andy Balson. I wanted to give you a quick tutorial on pricing in a sales order. I understand there's some confusion, or many of you are new, and I want to make sure you understand pricing on a sales order. So you may have this view when you open up a sales order, or you may not. I'm not sure, but it should reflect pricing somewhere on here. So what we have is unit price here, which is your sell price, branch cost, which is the cost that we pay when we buy it from the distribution center, which is normally how we buy parts. There's vendor cost that we can buy from direct from the vendor at that price, and then some more information. So as an example here, I'm going to use this common motor. So this common condenser fan motor will sell to this customer for $90.27. If we're to buy it from the DC, it's going to cost us $61.02. If we're to buy one direct from the vendor, it's going to be $59.83. So we're probably going to be buying this from the distribution center, and that's the price we'll pay. So that's where you see what the GP is. Now, there are some items that are non-stock, which you need to be careful of, because those costs and prices are not necessarily maintained. So there's a couple ways to see that. First of all, when you see this non-returnable, non-refundable, that often means that it's a non-stock. If it has a Johnstone number on it, though, it is most likely maintained. The costs are maintained. Let me give you another example of one that is not a Johnstone item. So see how it doesn't have like a B98 or an S88 or a B11 or a G32. When it doesn't have that number, this means that it was a newly created part number from somebody within Johnstone. And the fact is that because it's available date here, 7/27, we don't have any in stock. So most likely this price is incorrect, this cost, branch cost and vendor cost. And obviously if it's not a Johnstone number, we can't buy it from branch or the DC, so we have to buy it direct from a vendor. So what you have to do in that case, here's what I would suggest. You go to JXI and punch it in there. If it is a Johnstone vendor, part number from a Johnstone vendor, even if it's not set up in our system, JXI has all the information you need. So it gives you the option. You can look for it at Honeywell, or you can look at it from Newco. Let's click on the Honeywell item. So when you click on this, it gives you both options. There's a lot of information right here under order details. You're going to want to look at this. Okay, so this tells you the vendor's Honeywell. This is our cost. This is our multiplier. So our net cost is $40.35 for this, if we were to buy it direct from Honeywell. If we decided to do that, what we would do is come over here, go to branch cost, price $40.35, and that's our cost. As the sales rep who's writing the order, we need you to update to the current branch cost. That's the field you update. Don't update vendor cost. I think you can't do that anyway. You have to update branch cost, and you should be able to do that. Then, once you do that, you can procure it. Oh, I got to change this to a call and complete. And I'm going to delete that so that somebody doesn't accidentally order that. So I'm going to procure it. And you have an option here. I'm going to get it from sales pick vendor. And I'm going to want that ground. Okay. So because I've changed the price here, the cost, and I procured it, it's going to carry that cost over to the procurement screen. And purchasing will just order that from there. So I would do Honeywell, make sure you pick the right one, and then get out of it, and it'll be up to purchasing to procure that. Let me flip over here. So if you decide for some particular item you want to buy it from Newco, you can click here. And again, kind of neat thing is it tells you how many are available at Newco. So they didn't even have it available. Their last cost was $45.02. It's not really a valid price, so we probably don't want to buy that from Nuco. Let me give another example. Here's a motor that is a non-stock. I'll put that in the order here. Okay, so this is existing in the system. It doesn't have a Johnstone number. It says non-returnable, non-refundable. I don't know, and we don't have one in stock because this available date is in the future. That means we don't have any. See how this one says now plenty? That means it's in stock and it could ship today. Down here, it's a future date, so that means we don't have that in stock. So I stick it in JXI, and here's that model number. It's both at Nuco and it's at Marathon Motors. So I click on order detail. Okay, our cost is $192.18. There's a 1.01 corp multiplier, which you always need to include. So our cost is $194.10. The other great thing is this screen shows you that they have 80 available in El Paso and 52 in Indiana. So you know the vendor has it available. I don't think there's any other wholesaler that has that up-to-date information available. It really puts us at an advantage. So my cost here is $56.78. That's obviously an old cost. I need to update that. $194.10. If I don't update it, just leave it. You know what? You can put your PO in for $56.78. But when they send it back, it's going to come in at $194, and you're going to have sold it below cost. So here's where you can change your GP. Okay, I want to make 38% on that. Going to be $313. Okay, purchasing. I got the go-ahead. I'm going to procure it. I'm going to do UPS. And then I have to tell them, okay, what vendor am I going to get it from? Go to the procurement screen, and you're going to go Beloit. If you don't know, make your best guess. And then it's in the procurement screen for purchasing to get it. It's also been procured from the correct vendor. It's been procured at the correct cost. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, ask your manager, your area manager, and I'm happy to help them sort through this. Thank you for your time.